come together, everyone, and we'll try to fund it for you. Meanwhile, the government is the one who put the thesis out. And the government put out the antithesis, so that the people could argue enough to beg the government to give them the synthesis. Check? They try to bend your belief systems through fallacies, false dichotomies, and false premises in order to sell you distorted ideas about their second reality, which is presently only your reality to be at this time. They try to create delirious rules and set you free access to their backstage game if you follow their sick rules. They try to describe your day-to-day reality in a distorted way, using their sick beliefs to convince you. They try to turn what you do in your ordinary life, for good or for bad, against you. You know this. They try to turn your thoughts against you. They even manipulate facts and change realities in the society you may think you live in case you try to change, improve, or fix things in your reality. They give you the sensation that you're being judged by them. They manipulate your nightly dreams through symbols, archetypes, cartoons, or comics, controlling and hypnotizing your behavior in these dreams. They create false news, performing like actors on the world stage, just to keep you tuned into their prison, their zoo, their circus, their maze, or whatever you want to call it. They use key words and symbols in the very sentences you hear and situations you watch all the time, so as to keep you under their control and manipulate your mind. They use innocent words like fire, mother, pool, hair, dog, rain, ticket, death, disabled person, alligator, car, white, helicopter, alcohol, prince, birthday, angel, home, horse, phone, shoes, meat, looking glass, left and right, teacher, physician, dentist, Japanese, keys, banana, pregnant, military, ranks, window, Jew, wave, baby, lottery, foreigner, naked, assignment, ice cream, Cuban, contest, smoke, glasses, injection, player, waterfall, and many other words. They shoot it at you constantly, but you don't understand where they place these words in the dialogue inside of the synchronicity to see how you are trapped inside of that synchronicity. They place these words strategically in your day-to-day news that you read, even in the directions that they have on your train station. Everything is set up. You need to see that movie, They Live. Telepathic transmutation. Each one of you here are decoders or potential decoders. In other words, for you to look at the matrix, you cannot look at matrix within the synchronicity of language that they have given to you. If you do, you're fucked. You'll be in the matrix and you'll be diddling yourself. There is a transformation process that began when you first walked in here, or every time you do walk into some place like this, whoever the speaker might be. The words telestic, T-E-L-E-S-T-I-C, derives from the word teleology, T-E-L-E-O-L-O-G-Y. And it comes from the Greek word, teleologia, teleologia. That's the word, teleologia, or telos, meaning a purpose, a destiny, or an end. Now listen carefully. The word teleology means, and listen carefully to this, the study of evidence. Listen carefully. The study of evidence through the expressions or designs of nature. The study of evidence. Now, teleology is the study of the evidence of what nature is by what its expressions are. So you study what nature is to know what is behind that form. Check? In other words, you are studying the cause of all effects. Let me go into another meaning. The word teleology means the doctrine that all ends, that's all ends, and I use that word this way, all ends or all results or all end results are encoded within nature. In other words, all end results have a precursor line of intelligence that brings that end result out. 3, teleology is also the doctrine explaining the phenomenon by a final cause. In other words, once you have worked out the cause of a circumstance, then you now study the intelligence that is the cause. By bringing yourself to the place where the cause is, you've brought yourself to the place where the intelligence that created the effect resides. 5, again, the fact or character attributed to nature, being directed towards an end or shaped, come on, shaped by a purpose. Let me say that again. The fact or character attributed to nature, being directed towards an end or shaped by a purpose. And lastly, the use of design or purpose as an explanation for a natural phenomenon. Now, looking at the human body, you look at the design, you look at the magnificence of this creation, and within that creation you will find that there is an ultimate purpose within. And guess what? That purpose has been stagnated. That purpose has been sidetracked. You have been shut down. The word transmutation breaks down into 4 distinct embodiments. Trans. Now, if you look up the word trans, you will find this definition. Having various atoms or groups on opposite side of a molecule. Trans? Having various atoms or groups on the opposite sides of a molecule. So trans means to go beyond, through, so as to change. Beyond a specific chemical element in the periodic table. To change or to transfer. In other words, in transformation, you must start at the atomic level. Any other change is superficial, because what will happen is that atomic intelligence will constantly seek to go back to its original form unless you change that shit from the atomic level. That is why we ain't going nowhere. Christianity seeks to change us from the outside in. And Christianity cannot change us because the very pattern, the very thing that it telestically represents is artificial. It's based on artificial synchronicity. So you cannot get to the basic atomic organic structure of Christianity because it doesn't exist. Therefore, Christianity cannot create a transformative venue for you. It can only lock you down in the effect that it represents. Check? I know that's a little bit... You got it though, right? So, when we are looking at transmutation, when we're saying telestic transmutation, we are looking for the intelligence within the design. And by looking at the intelligence within this design model, we can then see the purpose by observation. And then through transformation at the atomic level, we will achieve what the ultimate purpose for this body has been all along, and what has been stopped in its tracks from being affected. Now, we look at the 3 words, trans, mute. What's that word? Now, mute is the ancient Kemetic word for the triple black cosmic womb whose menstruum is dark matter consciousness. Mute is the vulture, which is the one who takes that which is dead matter and recycles it. That's why the vulture is the representation of Mut. But Mut is the great mother. She is the triple black mother. She is that thing that intent takes and changes. The one thing about humanity is that it does not stay stagnant. It constantly changes. At this point, the synchronicity wants us to remain the same, because the synchronicity is the lifeline for those creatures, those entities that are living off of your pain and suffering. Pain and suffering they like. They love that shit. Because if you're in pain, that means you're in confusion. And confusion generates a certain type of energy. And when you generate confusion, they suck. They have a smorgasbord. You have the word at. The word at in the dictionary means it's a word used as a function to indicate the goal